All right, so I'm gonna go through a practice session. Things I think about, things I talk about to myself, things I'm trying to do. You know, these are just my own kind of thoughts in my head on where I'm trying to go with things. Basic stuff. So I'm gonna start with a pretty basic warm up. Chosen an 8-iron. I'm not really gonna go full out at it, but the idea is to warm myself up, and I'm doing a couple different things in my swing to try and get to do that. So my initial warm up is in my setup, trying to feel like I'm balanced and tall on my feet. I don't want my pressures to change from here as I put the club down. My tendency is to lean over too much and stand too far from the ball and early extend, lift the handle, hit it off, blah blah blah. So square to my stance, I want to feel like my feet are still balanced. It really feels like I have a ton of downward wrist cock or ulnar deviation right about here. And then from here, I'm just going to go ahead and start making some moves. So the big move I'm trying to make in my swing is trying to feel like I can fully extend my back all the way up, keeping my shoulder and my head down. I'm getting all the way up to here. My feeling is that I extend in front of the golf ball. And if I can get all the way up from there, I don't need to give it any gas pedals on the downswing. So a couple super stretches, kind of taking it up as far as I can go and kind of letting it drop. So set up, balanced on the feet, get the club down. It's gonna feel like I really reach down to the ground now, way down. Felt a nice little transition in the shaft there. Not that I was trying to do anything, but again, my focus on this warm up is just to feel as though that I can make decent contact, not try and hit it hard, and get a huge extension all the way up so I can get the highest backswing possible. From here, it just feels like when that club starts to come down, it's just coming down. Slip. So feeling my chest expanding, feeling my back warming up and getting, more comfortable, trying to almost get here and get fully extended. It helps my right arm stay into a good spot too. So feeling that a little bit, that's always my step one. That's the first thing that I work on when I come to the range. I don't come to the range and search, I come to the range to practice. See how this camera's going. Couple, it's not. Oh, now it is. Full extension, full chest out, both shoulders, both ears in front of the ball. Alright. Next piece. The next piece that I work on in my swing is my transition. And my transition is, in my own words and the way that I look at it, is after I've got way up here, I feel like I've got a top rib that's under my armpit, and I got a bottom rib that's somewhere down about here, and there's a rib in the middle. And somewhere in the middle, that rib has to feel like from there that it goes down into the target. And I want to feel like that third, middle, whatever the rib is, goes left hard to the target. So full extension, middle rib. This middle rib going down keeps the top and bottom rib up. It's like an expansion, like my ribs are expanding this way. The biomechanic guys would call that like a right side bend. So when I feel like I can start my downswing from that huge extension piece and start my downswing with that middle rib, I really feel like it's my middle that's my big engine. Alright, these aren't too bad. These are 8-irons. I'm going to go to a 5-iron now. GoPro problems. Alright. New line. Good with the balance on the feet. Reach down. Full extension, third rib. Man, Nick's so technical. Feel balance, reach, feel extension, feel the rib. So that ball went a little left. When it goes left, that tells me I didn't extend enough all the way to the top. So this next piece, next swing, has to be full focus on that extension. Full focus on getting that both shoulders in front of the ball at the top. Worst one of the day. That low, thin draw, they don't feel bad at all. Full extension. Just the whole feel of getting in front of the ball just lets the club get down there. It's so strange. The more I stay behind it, the easier it is to hit it lower. The more I get in front of it at the top, the ball seems to fly higher. Wish I had my quad out here to get some numbers on all these, but these 5 irons are probably flying 195. Let's get some third rib action going. That's 205. Huge wind off my back in that direction. It's amazing these balls aren't curving right. Pretty solid. Okay, so I've hit about 2 dozen balls, and now the focus has to go back a little bit to what it was I started on and regrouping and cycle through my ideas, because I don't think I can do them all at once. I don't think anybody can do all the ideas all at one time. But I do think that people can do one at a time over 3 balls and get lots of benefit out of that. So, good balance on the feet, reach down. I noticed I was creeping right there. Reach down, well balanced, full extension. Gross little wipey cut. Went nowhere. Well, went in the hazard. Alright, good balance on the feet. Full extension. Full extension. So I have a bit of a gas pedal or a trigger for this downswing move. It's pretty fun. This downswing piece is pretty good. When I get full extension at the top of my swing, and I feel as though that I'm leaning well in front, almost being in front of the golf ball, my feeling is that I unweight my front foot for a second, and it's almost like it's a pulse. So it's going to go full extension at the top, and if I feel like I unweight just for a sec, my knee goes down, my hip goes down, my shoulder goes down, that rib goes down like I'm talking about, and then from there I start to pull into it. So full extension, and then a little impulse on that front foot, off, on. I'm gonna try to exaggerate a few of these to get a bit of a different look, and then I'm gonna change the camera angle. Full extension piece, impulse. Let's try that one. I'll try and square myself up to that angle. There we go. Pretty sure this guy's just not wanting to work today. It's a holiday and all. Full extension piece, hop with the rib. Flare a little right. One more. Full extension piece from the balance set up on the feet. Full extension up rib. Oh, that was the best of the day. So none of these balls have curved more than, I'd say, about 10 yards, maximum 8 yards. None of these balls have really started too far offline. All of these balls have felt as though they've gone a really reasonable distance relative to what I think I'm hitting them, or planning to hit them. That was the highest of the day. So that right there, what's it been, about 12 minutes, that right there is how I practice and how I go through things. So that's taken me, I don't know, 10 minutes or so to go through my warm-up, my ideas, my feels, my 2 couple moves, maybe 3 moves, and now from here I'm gonna practice through my whole bag, driver all the way to wedge, always having some of those ideas there. So I'm gonna try and max out a 5-iron here before I go out to a wedge and just try and pitch some. Great balance, full lean down to the ball, reach down with the hands. Okay, so full extension, bunny hop with that rib. Flush, right on the target, never left. Oh, there it is. So I've been working on my wedges pretty hard, and when it comes to my distance wedges, not the finesse wedges, the things that I have to recognize is, first I have to make sure that I feel like I set up the shaft in my arm into a straighter line. I think that's a little bit important for me, just for getting the ball started online. And then from there, the feeling through the shot is really feeling as though that I can get that rib down all the way through. And if I can get that to lead my transition, it's usually really good.